Hey guys, welcome back to the Stone Hearth Farmhouse. So today I have a lot to do with my rabbits, so I thought I'd bring you along with me. I have a few notes here just because it's hard to keep it all together in my brain, but I have 3 does that I need to figure out what I'm doing with. Lucky has 1 kit in there with her currently, which is 4 months old now. It's kind of weird how that whole situation's gone. Things haven't really gone well with my breeding situation with my rabbits over the past few months, so I'm kind of at the point where I'm ready to start fixing everything I have going on. It's been extremely cold and I haven't really been able to get out here because it's just been too cold to be out here doing all kinds of things. So but we finally got a warm day. We have snow dripping off the roof, which is great. So I thought I'd get out here and try to straighten some things out with my rabbitry. So here's what's going on. If you watched my video about my cost to raise rabbits in a year, you know that I plan on getting rid of some rabbits. My oldest buck Earl's no longer productive. I have another younger buck that I'm going to keep to breed my does, and I'm going to use him today to breed some of them. He's all excited. He's got the zoomies in his hutch. And then I need to go over to my other 2 does, and I need to figure out what I'm doing. I have 1 I could possibly keep as a breeder, and then I need to get rid of Darling because she's just a useless freeloader of a rabbit. And Lucky has 3 kits in there that need to be, they're actually 12 weeks old and they need to be processed. So this is how behind I am with my rabbitry. And so they've been living with her this whole time, and that's okay because I haven't bred any of my rabbits. So if I would have bred Thumper a few weeks back, I would have removed those kits from the hutch. And I need to restock on my rabbit meat. I don't have a whole lot. And from the time I breed to the time I have rabbit meat in my freezer is 4 months. So it takes a month for them to have the kits, and then 3 months after that is when I process. So 4 months until I'll have another big batch of rabbit meat. So I'm ready to get that going again. So it's the end of February, so March, April, May, June, I will have more rabbit meat. All right, so let me show you what I have going on. So Thumper over here, she has 3 kits, and they've been in here for way longer than usual. Normally I will rebreed the mom and then at 6 weeks and then take the kits out at 8. So it's okay for them to be in there with mom after she's been bred for a couple weeks. But because of the weather and everything going on, they've been in here the whole time. And since they're due to be processed the end of this week, I'm gonna leave them in here and I'm gonna breed Thumper today, and they'll be out of here quick enough to where it won't interfere with her pregnancy. So I'm gonna take Thumper out, I'm gonna breed her, and we'll go from there. These are the rabbits that are 12 weeks old. They handle pretty well. I haven't really picked them up too much. Say hello. So this is a 12-week-old rabbit right here. This is the size that I process, and I usually get around just under 3 pounds, 2.5 pounds. So, but I'm gonna see if this rabbit is a male or a female. Another boy. Okay. Okay. Well, that makes things easy. They're all boys. So I guess I'm not keeping one of those. All right, let's see if I can get Thumper out. She's pretty, she doesn't like being held too much, but. All right. All right. So here's Mama. Look at that big double chin. Yeah, she's terrified right now. She does not like this. It's okay. All right, let's go see Arlo. She doesn't usually fight me too much. Lucky likes to fight me when I carry her, but Let me get her in with Arlo. All right, so one fall off. I'd hope to get another one. Thumper's kind of difficult to breed, so if I can get 2, that would be really good. Usually I try for 3, but given how she is, 2 is enough. I always like to keep an eye on my rabbits when they do this because I've seen them. I'm just worried that they're gonna hurt the buck. So I know some people will just put their doe in and walk away and come back an hour later, but I don't like doing that because I've seen my does, it's slippery. I've seen my does get frustrated with the buck before, and I just don't want anything to happen to them. But if they start to just sit still and not do a whole lot, I'll kind of stir them up a little bit, make the doe move. All right, Thumper, come on, move around. He's a little worn out, so I'm gonna take her out. I only got one. All right, time to take her out. I just got one fall off, so I guess I'll find out in a month. I can breed her in less than 24 hours again tomorrow if I want to. Just has to be done fairly quickly. I could even come out here again later tonight and try again to get another one. So I might do that. But she's been bred. So regardless, whether I come out here again or not, I will wait 28 to 31 days to see if she kindles. Hopefully she does. And hopefully she has a decent litter. But this may be the summer that I have to restock my Rabbitry and kind of get some new rabbits in here, so. All right. It's all right. All right. I'll be back for you, buddy. I can feel her little heart pounding on my hand. All right. So, I'm gonna make sure they have their food, their water, but the rabbits in here, all are gonna be processed within the next week, and Thumper's been bred. I'll probably come out here again later today and try to get one more fall off from her and Arlo. But other than that, they're all set. All right, so some of you have asked, and I've seen a lot of other rabbit breeders have their feeders on the outside of the hutch. So you're probably wondering, well, why does she have hers on the inside? Well, a lot of people will take their feeder and they'll put the feeder part, they'll cut a hole in their wire and put that through, and then they can feed their rabbits from the outside. I've never done that, for one, because I don't want to put holes in the wire in case an animal were to come by and knock the feeder off. Then they could have access to put their paws through. I don't like that thought. And then I also don't like having them on the outside because then I'm not sticking my hands in there every day and interacting with the rabbits. Sure, I'm gonna give them water, but in the wintertime, I have to stick my hand in here to give them bowls of water. But in the summer, I give them bottled water. So if I have my feeder on the outside and bottled water on the outside, then I don't even have to open the hutch when I come out and take care of these rabbits. And the problem with that is they don't get used to you being around, your hand going in there. You don't pet them as much, and they're just not as social with you, or they're just easier to handle if they're used to you being around, being in their hutch. When it comes time for breeding, it's a little bit easier. So you're just not interacting with the rabbits as much if everything's on the outside. Now, sure, it is easier. Definitely easier to open up the feeder and feed them, but I've been doing this for a few years now and I'm still doing it. It's not that big of a deal. So that is why my feeder is on the inside of the hutch. My rabbits love taking their bowl and putting it all over their hutch. I have to reach in there and get it. All right, so this is Lucky's baby right here that's sniffing the camera. I'm not sure. I need to check. Last time I checked, I was pretty sure that she was a female. I'm gonna double check again. And there's Mom right there. I'm gonna breed her tomorrow because Arlo's all worn out. There you go. All right, I'm gonna let them have a drink of water and then I'm gonna check the baby here. Now this baby is 4 months old. So, way overdue to be processed, but I didn't process this rabbit because she was the only rabbit I had at the time. The way my breeding situation went, I talk about it in my what it costs to raise rabbits in a year, how much it costs video, but I go into more specifics about it, but kind of a rough time breeding the last few months. And she ended up being the only one that survived from Lucky's litter. And I didn't have any other rabbits to process, so I wasn't gonna I could have just processed one, that would have been fine. And it's really not that big of a deal to process rabbits like that. But I knew that Darling was failing as a breeder, so I kind of had it in my mind, well, I'll probably just keep this one, which is the plan. So I'm gonna get rid of Darling. I'm not even gonna breed her today, which is kind of hard for me not to do because I have so much time invested in her, and I really do kind of want to breed her because I can if I wanted to, but the thing is I've bred her 5 or 6 times now, and every time she always doesn't take care of them and they die. So I have to keep reminding myself of that. Don't breed her, get rid of her, don't give her another chance, even though I kind of want to. But I have this rabbit now. I'm gonna check, make sure it's a female, and go from there. So, and then I'll have to wait another few months. Silver foxes typically take about 8 months before you can start breeding them. Just really depends on the doe, to be honest. But the larger breeds take longer than the smaller breeds to start breeding for the first time. By the way, a lot of you have been asking for my hutch dimensions. And I do plan on getting those, and I know I keep saying that, but I do plan on getting those to you. It's just a matter of my husband and I getting out here and figuring it out. I want you to know how big the hutches are compared to the does and the bucks, how much space I give them with the grow out hutch as well. So I do want to give you guys that information, and that will be coming soon. I just want to get my husband out here because he's the one who built these, and he has a man's perspective on this, and I feel like that's what I need when it comes to building and stuff like this. He's the builder. He's the one who designed these hutches. So I feel like if I were to come out here by myself and give you the dimensions, I might miss something that he would think of. So I'm going to get his insights on it, and then hopefully I'll be able to get that information to you soon. All right, let's grab this rabbit. Doesn't have a name yet. Let's make sure it's a female. I actually have checked a rabbit and planned on keeping it as a buck before, and it looked like a buck when I checked it, and I checked it when it was young, and then when it came time to actually start breeding this buck, I found out it was a female. So, or maybe it was vice versa, I don't know, but you need to double check a couple times before you actually keep it. Like, check it. Don't just check it once, because if you do, when it comes time to breed it, it might not go well for you. I have made that mistake once. All right, let's see if I can grab this rabbit. Okay, this rabbit does not want to be picked up. Okay. Oh yeah, rabbit injuries. I love it. Okay. Are you good? Yeah? Pretty rabbit. Look at her fur. It's real soft. Yeah. Okay. You all right? Take a breather. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna flip you upside down for a second. Is that okay? All right. All right. This isn't gonna go well. I can already feel it. Okay. All right. It's okay. It's all right. All right. Just want to check you. There we go. Yeah. So don't kick me in the face. Oh yeah, definitely a girl. So that's perfect. She's a girl. I can keep her. As for those of you that are against the whole having nest boxes in with my rabbits, check this out. So this isn't the case with all my rabbits. Okay. Just stop. Oh my gosh. Stop. Golly. Okay, so Lucky and... Alright, this isn't going to go well. Come on. Alright, so I just took this rabbit out to check it, as you saw, and I put her back in, and that's the first time I've done that since she was real little. And I put her back in, and Lucky's in here trying to breed with her, even though she's a female, and yeah, they're highly confused. So it's time to separate these two, and I actually already planned on doing that. I'm gonna put her in one of the grow out hutches because I have no grow outs right now, and I don't plan on having any grow outs for a while because the 3 grow outs that I do have to process are staying with their mom until the end of this week. So they'll be fine in there. There's no need to move them over. So I'm going to take her, put her in the grow out hutch. But I was going to show you until I got distracted by their little dance in here. For those of you that are worried about leaving nest boxes in here, inside this nest box, it's been in here since Lucky had her litter. I cleaned it out one time, but since she had such a small litter, all she's had is this one, and it's completely dry in this nest box. And they have it for the nighttime. There's a couple little tiny little rabbit pellet things there, but super dry. I'll show you a little closer. So I only have one hand right now because I'm holding this rabbit, but let me see if I can show you the bottom. All right, so see the bottom is completely dry. Even in the back, it's completely dry. So as you saw, it was very dry, and there's no health problems lurking in that nest box. So I'm just gonna leave this in here because, I mean, Lucky can just sleep in it at night, or they're pretty active at night though. So, but she'll have it if she needs it, especially since how windy it's been. But anyway, it really just depends on the doe. Some does are really messy in their nest box, and if you give them a nest box, they'll just poop and pee all over in it. So it really just depends on the doe. This doe does really well with it, so she gets a nest box. Thumper does really well with it too. But I've had rabbits in the past. I had some Rex rabbits, some brown Rex rabbits that would just destroy their nest box. But a lot of times they will, they'll do that before you breed them. So when you're raising them up to be breeders, and you give them nest boxes, they will soil it. But usually a lot of times after you've bred them and they've been having kits, they'll stop doing that. So just keep that in mind. All right, so Lucky's on her own now. We need to think of a name for this rabbit. So if you guys have any name ideas, put it in the comments down below because I need some ideas. But let's go put this rabbit in the grow out hutch. And then once I get rid of Darling, this rabbit will go in where Darling is currently, and that will be her new home. All right. So lots of rabbit shuffling today. I'm kind of losing you here. I like to tuck their bottom under my arm, kind of hold them down a little bit, and then hold their 2 front feet. That usually keeps them pretty secure. The proper way is to hold their head under your arm and then have their bottom like this. So that's the proper way to hold them. And then their little heads right there. So that's typically how they tell you to hold them, but I hold them either way. But I might as well just hold them this way now that I have her this way. Oh, here is my grow out hutch. It's a little messy currently, and we have to clean it up, but I'm gonna put her in this side. Like I said, this is gonna be empty for at least 3-4 months until I can get my next batch of rabbits going. So this will be her home. I gotta rehome Darling over there, and then I'll get to move her over. But until then, she's gonna go in here. Should have shoveled out these a little more. It's kind of hard to get around. All right. There we go. Got a little bit of old food in here that I forgot to take out when I processed the last batch, but there's a chicken roaming around here that I think I'm gonna give it to. There, that way it doesn't go to waste. Rabbits are a little bit more sensitive with what they eat in their digestive system, so if it's old food, just give it to the chickens and not risk it with the rabbits. Plenty of food, fresh food. And then water bowl. I got my rain buckets out because the snow's actually melting from the roof today, so got some fresh rainwater right here. And I need to go find my hook. Hook is, so I'm just gonna use that. All right, so she's good to go. Think of a name. I need a name for her. She's gonna be my new breeder. But in the meantime, I haven't rehomed Darling yet, and I still have Earl, and Arlo needs some attention, so I'm gonna feed them, give them some water, and they'll be all set. Okay, she has some water, but I'm gonna give her more. She has some food. Oh, Darling, you've got to go. When I rehome her, I'm gonna have to tell them that she's not a good breeder, and she'll have to be rehomed as a pet, because I would never sell a rabbit that's horrible at breeding to another one of my fellow breeders, so she's gonna have to be a pet. Or she could be processed, but I'd almost rather just rehome her. All right, Arlo. Hi, Arlo. Arlo is my most social rabbit. He lets me pet him all the time, and he doesn't run away from me like some of the other ones. I think he likes a nice back scratch. Yeah. Are you thirsty, Arlo? Are you thirsty? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here you go, buddy. You earned it. Plenty of food. You don't want to feed your bucks too much food because then they'll get fat. And then they'll run out of energy when you need them to do their job. Right, Arlo? Right? Yeah. I know. I put her away. I love this buck's personality. He's so fun. Right, Arlo? You're a lot of fun, huh? Are you gonna jump out? You gonna go see the world? No? Good choice. All right, Arlo. I gotta go see Earl, okay? I gotta go see Earl. Does my hair smell good? Yeah. I know. The excitement's over. You're a good boy. You are. What's up, Arlo? You want to say hi to everyone? Yeah. Okay. Time to go, Arlo, okay? I'll see you later. Yeah? Okay. All right, Earl. He has such nice silvering on him. Such a pretty buck. Right, Earl? Are you hungry? I forgot to give Arlo back his resting board here. There you go, buddy. Yeah, I know. Alright guys, well, not a whole lot going on today. I know things are kind of up in the air with what I have going on with my rabbits. Rehoming, definitely rehoming Earl and Darling. Gotta go. I was able to get my kit out of Lucky's hutch and put her in one of the grow out hutches, which I'll just transfer her over to Darling's hutch when she's gone. So I got a new doe. Hopefully things work out with her. Thumper is bred. Got one fall off. I'll try to get another one later tonight. And yeah, so should have, and then I'm gonna breed Lucky tomorrow. So, because Arlo's he gets worn out after one. It's usually once a day you can breed your buck. So I'll breed Lucky tomorrow, keep that going, and then I'll have 2 does that will be kindling in the next month. And then so in about 4 months from now, I should have some more rabbit meat. So I definitely want to get that going, get some more rabbit meat in the freezer. I just realized last night that I only have 1 more pound of ground rabbit, which was so disappointing. So I'm going to cook something up for you guys with that in a future video. But I do have a lot of rabbit thighs too, so I can show you some recipes with rabbit thighs as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. God bless.